Hello friend, welcome back. In a previous video, I already discussed about that things with you, how can create the database and how can configure it. Right now, I want to set up Laravel default authentication system. So how can do that work? If you go to that Laravel official website and here if you go to that security and into this position there is an authentication. So now click on here. And as I told you right now, I'm using Laravel version 6. So here if you find out a lot of the informations like there is actually the routing and here you have to run two of these. Okay, before if you using that as a Laravel 5.8, so before that was actually the another command line. If you go here there is a routing, you will get another, you can see that is actually the routing. Before you have to run this command, that is PHP artisan make auth. So before if you run that command, then automatically he will created all the necessary authentication file and folders. So right now I'm using that Laravel 6. So here now I select as a Laravel 6 and it's a little bit different. So here you can see that you have to run as a composer required Laravel tab and also there is a PHP artisan view. So now we have to run two of these in our root folder. So now go to our root folder, that means in particular that position. So that is our project folder. So now in particular that area I just click on the CMD. So here make that sure your path is perfect. So in our local host as a htdocs and after that that is our Lara, and into the Lara folder I created our project as a log. Okay, so now you have to run two of this command line in particular that position. So now I simply copy it and now here I just paste it and now click on the enter. So he'll created some of the necessary file on particular that area, like he will created one of the route. So here if you go to this position, in particular that position, he will create one of the route. Okay, and also he will create one of the migration on here in our view, that means the resources view folder. He will create some of the things. So now it's take little time. Take that sure you are connected with the internet because he will be downloaded some of the file from the internet. So it may take little time, you have to wait for it. And here you can see there is a packages modified generated successfully. So here all that our packages is now generated successfully, and now I want to run another command like that for the auth. Okay, so now I just copy it and now he will create some of the folder particular that position, and also he will created one of the route. I will show you, like I just paste it and now click on the enter. Yes, now you can see it created in a view there is a auth and also created another folder as a layout. And here there is a app blade. Okay, so here you created some of the file as I told you. So right now there is modified. So now if you go to the web, now you can see he created one of the another route. So that is actually get home, the home controller index method. So you created also one of the route, especially when you actually run that command line. So here I just ran that command line with the PHP artisan UI view and auth. And also there is a auth folder is now automatically added, and in our migration is added. And also if you go to that HTTP and here there is a controller, into the controller also created automatically one of the folder at particular that position as a auth. So now perfect, so we perfectly did that work. And now if you refresh your page, like here I refresh it, yes, now you can see it automatically created authentication for the login and the register. So if you click on the login, so there is actually the login page and there is actually the register. So that is the by default, but here all the CSS file is now missing. So you have to run it. Like if you go here, they have also some of the instructions. There's all those views use the Bootstrap CSS framework, but you are free to customize them however you wish. So now I want to actually customize that file. So first of all, I want to find out that file location. So if you go to that area, like here, there is a resource, and into the resource there is a view, and into the view there is auth, and here you can see that it is the logging page. So that is actually our logging page. That means if you go here, so that is actually our logging page actually comes from particular that position, and also there is our register. So now also they have the another folder as a layout, and there is the app blade, and into the app blade here you can see there is actually the CSS app CSS. So that's all that missing. So now I want to add some of the Bootstrap class on here. So if you go to that Bootstrap CDN, and then there is actually the one of the link. So now I want to add that CSS. So I just simply copy it, and now there is a CSS. I want to add that. So here I just paste on particular that position. And also we need some of the JS file. So here some of the JS file also here. So now I just copy all the JSS file from to this position. So that is actually the bootstrap CDN file. So now I just paste it on particular that area. So now if you click on the save all, and now I want to refresh it again, like I just refresh it. Yes, now you can see that is actually the by default Laravel authentication system. How much easily you can do that work, like there is a register, so that is a register page, that is a login page, so there is a forget, so that is also the forget page. So how Laravel default authentication system actually work, I will show you step by step into this section. So now here we successfully set up our default authentication system. Now I want to migrate it. Okay, I already discussed about that things with you before, like in our this database there is a migrations, and by default they have some of the migrations file for the password for the user, that means the create user. So if you migrate it, then it should be created one of the table in our database that I already created as a Lara. Okay, I already created one of the database as a Lara. So it will create one of the table as a users. Okay, and also that is all that field. So right now that is all the default field. So if you want to add another field on particular that position, you can also add that things on here. So right now I want to make that things as per it is. So now I want to migrate it. So as I told you, when you migrate, then you should be created one of the table in our database. So that is our database. You will create one of the table as a user, and all that field will be just like that one. Like that should be some of the ID, the name, email, and the email verification, and also the password. Okay, so I will show you, then it will be very much clear to you. Like right now, that is our project. So that is our main project directory. So now I want to add our migrations, like I just define as a PHP artisan migrate. Now here I just click on the enter. And also I will, in a previous section I already discussed about that things with you. Also here some of the error. Okay, so you have to actually add your specific limits. So better I just show that things again. Like you have to do, you have to copy it. It's pretty much common one of the error. If you search it on Google, then you will get this type of one of the information. Like here, that is one of the information that you have to update. So that is the one of the error is a specific key was too long error. So now I want to actually solve it. Here you can see there is all that solving information, like you have to go to the app providers and app service providers. So now I want to go on particular that area, like you have to go to the app and then actually the providers, and there is the app service providers. So in particular that positions they have only one of the class. So right now I want to add another one, like here you can see. So now I just copy it, and here I have to add it, and also you have to add another one like this one in our boot method. So that is actually our boot method, you have to add it. So now in our boot method here I have to add that things on here. So that's all you have to do for preventing that error. Now I just click on the save all, and when you already migrate, like here I already migrate, so some of the file is already created successfully. Okay, so now we have to remove it. Like if you go to our database, and now if you click on the structure, now you see automatically created the users and the migrate. So now they have some of the errors. So right now I just select two of these and delete that things from here. So I just remove that things from to this position. I hope you can well understand about it. Now I just want to do that work again. Better I just remove it, and now go to that again CDN. Okay, CMD, and here I just define as a PHP artisan migrate. So I just defining it and click on the enter. Yes, now you can see all that migration table is now perfectly now created. I hope you can well understand about it. And now if you go here, now if you click on the structure, and now if you go to the users, as I told you, when you migrate, then he will be created some of the table, like in our, if you go to these positions, like there is a user, and you can see he created one of the table as a user. So here you can see created one of the table as a users and also all that field. So now here there is a name, ID, email, there is a email verification, there is a password. So all that you can see there's all that field is now perfectly added on here. So now here I already migrated, so perfectly I did that work. Now if you want to log in, like here I just click on the login. First of all I want to register it. Like here I just name it as a Kazi and I just put on the email address as a kazi@gmail.com, and here I just put on the password 78, and also I put the another one 345678. That is a kazi@gmail.com. Now I just click on the register. Yeah, you can see now you are successfully logged in. I hope you can well understand about it. So if you now click on the logout, now if you click on the login and put the kazi@gmail.com, and here I just put the password. Now click on the login. Yeah, perfectly is now working. And also if you go to the database, now if you click on the browse, so I already registered in particular that position as a name Kazi, there is the email address, the email verification, so I will do that work later. And also he created one of the hash password on particular that position, and that is actually number token. So it's now perfect. I hope you can well understand about it. So here they have some of the error, so if you search it you can get that resources from here. I hope it's very much easy to you right now. And also I added some of the bootstrap CDN. Perfect. Okay, so our logging authentication is now perfectly working, and also I inserted the data in our database. So I hope you can well understand about it, how you can set up the default authentication system in Laravel 6. In our next video, I will discuss about password reset options. Like they have also one of the option for the forget your password. So how can actually reset that password? In our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.